What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Figure Hideout. First, I want to wish everyone a happy new year and thank you all for your support over the past year. 2025 is going to be an exciting year for the collectors. From Star Wars, we are getting the Artisan Edition Anakin, Luke, and Battle Damage Darth Vader. DC brings the new Joker, new versions of Ben Affleck's Batman. And for Marvel, don't even get me started. Black Suit Tobey Maguire, Loki, Wolverine from Deadpool, Rooted Hair Iron Spider, Rooted Hair Scarlet Witch, and the new Mark 42. It sounds too good to be real. So how do we start the year? Well, Jack Sparrow is here. This new version, like the DX15, is based on the 5th movie's look. Hot Toys has released 5 versions of Jack Sparrow. Apart from the earliest one, I have owned the other 4, including the chef version. You could say that I had a fairly complete experience of how this character's products have evolved. This one also marks the 3rd DX version of Jack Sparrow, following DX06 and DX15. Each one was top-notch quality of its era, mainly because DX06 set a high benchmark right at the start. After spending some time with this figure, I feel even more confident in Hot Toys DX and AE series. Those who have gotten the Joker already will surely know what I'm talking about. This Jack Sparrow with an even more complex costume and hairstyle, so in some perspective, I think it's even greater than the Joker. And again, I have both the sculpted and rooted hair version in hand, so let's take a detailed look at both. First, the packaging. DX38 and DX39, being deluxe versions, included a diorama base, so the box is larger and heavier. The outer layer is a brown shipping box. Inside, the box features a map in brownish tone. The sides, back, and top of the box also have map-like effects. The center displays the series' classic skull logo. Inside of that, the top layer contains a card with 2 good-looking photos of the figure. The layout is similar to the Artisan Edition Joker. The left side holds the head sculpt, face, hands, and hat. The right side is the body. Below that, there's a large pile containing the ship's wheel, diorama base, and all the weapons and small accessories. Let's first look at the body. Once the head sculpt is attached, the figure stands about 30 centimeters tall. The body feels very light, and Hot Toys likely used the body that with less realism but maximum articulation. Jack Sparrow is dressed in layer upon layers. You can't even tell how many he is wearing, but you can see from the shoulder and chest movement how well the body's articulation complements the thickness of the costume. And visually, the only exposed skin is around the chest and neck area. Hot Toys added a layer of rubber skin on top of the body to achieve this seamless look. Now, let's talk about the clothes. There is just so much going on that we will have to go from the outside to the inside. The coat feels soft and thin, almost like the breathable fabrics we wear in summer. It looks normal, but the details are there if you look closely. The coat features about 40 buttons. Each button is attached to a tiny loop that hooked onto the small stitches on the surface of the coat. This design requires some high-level craftsmanship and is beautifully done. These buttons are roughly textured and finely detailed as well. The coat pockets are decorative, and the back has a skirted design. This piece of fabric right here has a hidden magnet. It ensures the fabric stay close to the body and look natural. Additionally, the edges of this fabric have been carefully designed to look fuzzy and soft. Before removing the coat, you will need to detach this belt. The belt is made of soft rubber with a leather surface inside. The textures and patterns are clear. The fasten buckle and sword holsters are beautifully crafted too. Once the coat is off, just put the belt back on. This part of it goes through the fabric. The belt area has a lot going on. Compared to the DX15, some significant changes include the one with crocodile skin, which now features better and smaller patterns. The fox fur wraps around the belt is no longer fluffy like the DX06 and 15s. Other belts and buckles haven't changed much. The buckles are the same as the old ones, just in different colors. The back of the belt has these small ropes, which also look fantastic. The blue shirt has nicely printed patterns on the surface as well. The biggest change is that the shirt buttons are also printed. This shirt on the very inside needs some adjustment to look better. First, pull the shirt down a little to expose more of the chest. And if you take off the coat, stretch up the sleeves to make them fluffier, so the shirt will look more movie accurate. The shirt collar also features 2 tiny strings. Be careful when adjusting the outfit, because these are very thin. The cuffs have buttons. They can be easily stayed open or closed. And there are still things on his wrists. On the right, there's a black fabric thingy. And on the left, there's this white piece of lace. Although the body is basic design, the exposed forearm section features sculpted muscle details. The plain body starts showing only from the elbows and above. The pants are straightforward, made of normal fabric. There are tie straps and a few gold buttons for decoration. The boots are made of fabric as well, with some real stitchings. They look really nice. To summarize the clothes, the biggest improvement over the DX15 is the reduction in bulkiness. Like the Jokers, you can clearly see that Hot Toys put a lot of effort on creating a closer fit between the clothing and the body. Hidden magnets, thinner fabric, and printed buttons all contribute to this goal. And to me, the result is very good. Accessories include several small trinkets. They are the same as those from the DX15. All the ropes are real string. And 2 of them still features real hair. This level of detail was why the DX15 was so groundbreaking back then. The compass can still open, and the design inside remains the same. Installation is pretty simple. Attach these 2 to the belt buckle, and the other 2 and the compass can be tied to the belt. There's only one bottle this time, containing the black pearl. This is also an old accessory, but the bottle now features a weathered, dirtied finish that looks amazing. However, the parting line on the bottle is quite noticeable, because it's right at where with less paints. Weapons include 2 pistols and 2 swords. The paint job now has heavier weathering, but the designs haven't changed. The telescope is also the same. However, the long sword is no longer made of metal, which might disappoint some collectors, myself included. And I really wish that Hot Toys could bring back those metal accessories in the future. One of the new accessories is the treasure chest. It was briefly shown in the official images, but the final version can open and reveal a pile of gold coins. While the coins are molded as one single piece, they are painted beautifully with visible patterns on each one. The chest itself features textured wood grain and some rivets. Another new thing is the oil lamp, which lights up using 2-button batteries. The paint job, like the bottle, is heavily weathered, giving it a dirty and worn look. You cannot move this handle, so be careful with it. The diorama base is only for the deluxe and artisan versions. The design resembles a ship deck with wave effects under it. The wood planks are sharply detailed, with some areas showing effects of long-term exposed to the sea. However, the wave effects are still better on the DX15's base. I like that base with a shark a lot, but the biggest issue was that it didn't provide a stable standing area for the figure. This new base is a bit better, but is still a bit difficult for the figure to stand on this tilted surface. And the support is this one. There's also a ship's wheel. This is the one from the DX06. It's a large piece, featuring wood grains and faded paint effects. The rope detailing is well done, and the wheel can turn. The base has two grooves to securely hold the wheel in place. The hands, default pair are gripping hands, and there are 4 additional pairs: open hands, pointing hands, and 2 pairs of gesture hands. The right hands have real fabric wrapped around them. The rings and tattoos are nicely detailed too. Now let's talk about the real highlights, the new head sculpts. The sculpted hair version doesn't come with this box. I'm using it just for better comparison. The sculpted hair version has most of the hair made in soft rubber, just like the X15, but these on the sides are made from real hair. Judging by the texture and thickness, Hot Toys likely used wool's hair too, instead of fiber. Each braid is individually made. The ropes and these things decorating the hair are all there. Also, the headband and this thing are made as one piece. The rooted hair version, on the other hand, feels almost like a customized piece. Every strand of hair, including the braids, is made from wool's hair. The braids are really well done, with a texture and thickness that looks so real. And the tied ropes are actually thread. These are really wrapped on the braids. The headband on this version is fabric, with more patterns compared to the sculpted version. The rooted hair version also includes additional decorations. It looks quite different from the sculpted hair and is better for sure. A really important note about the head sculpt. Unlike the Joker, which uses a rotating lock to secure the head to the base, Jack Sparrow's head sculpt is attached with a ball joint. When removing the head, especially the rooted hair version, you want to remove the hairpiece first. Pulling the head and hair together can cause damage. When installing the head to the body, you want to also attach the faceplate first, and then put on the hairpiece. The hair is held in place by magnets that are strong enough to stay firmly attached. The face sculpt includes 2 expressions, a serious face and a smiling face. In terms of likeness, this is undoubtedly the best Jack Sparrow sculpt to date. The skin texture is quite good, and details like the scars, smoky eye makeups, and stubbled facial hairs are spot on. The beard on the lower part of the face are separate pieces, so be cautious not to bend them while you're handling the head. The hat is another point of improvement. It's made from a softer material, as you can see when I press on it. The surface has a leather texture, and the X-shaped stitching on both sides is real thread this time. In terms of articulation, the head has a decent range of motion. The arms can lift to the side, forward, and back to 90 degrees. Forearms can bend over 90 degrees. And the torso allows for forward, backward, and side-to-side movement. The legs can kick forward up to 90 degrees, with side kick coming close to that as well. Knees can bend beyond 90 degrees. And the ankle joints, they have excellent flexibility in all directions. Overall, this Artisan Edition Jack Sparrow is a fantastic release. The most impressive upgrades are the rooted hair head sculpt and the refined costume. Compared to the DX15, the clothes are sleeker and fits way better, and they don't bother articulation. The rooted hair version adds a whole new level of realism that the sculpted version simply can't match. I know there's a price gap of $160 between the two, but for collectors who value the handcrafted feel, I would say that rooted hair version worth the money. The accessories don't have many new items, but the diorama base is a standout. Pairing the rooted hair version with the base creates a beast that's hard to beat. For now, unless there's a new movie, this figure will likely to be the best Jack Sparrow for the next few years. Alright, there you have it, the DX39 Rooted Hair Jack Sparrow made by Hot Toys. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Remember, play with a style. I'll see you guys in the next one.